A recent study that came out in Advances in Nutrition is important on the cancer front. This study was published in March of 2021 in the journal Advances in Nutrition. And the study was done at Penn State University, looking at mushrooms and their association with cancer risk. And what the study did was look at 17 different observational studies and compared mushroom intake or mushroom consumption and risk of cancer in over 19,000 cancer patients since 1966. And what they found was people that have increased mushroom intake on a daily basis, and the number that they found to be important was 18 grams of mushrooms per day, had a 45% reduced risk of cancer. So that's huge. And it was mushroom intake was most strongly associated with reduction in breast cancer risk. Now, that's awesome for breast cancer, but that might be an effect of breast cancer research, meaning there's far more studies on breast cancer than non-breast cancers. And so the association may be biased based on just how much we focus on breast cancer compared to other cancers. But either way, a 45% reduction is awesome for a small 18-gram consumption of mushrooms. And if you look around on the internet at different, news sites that are reporting on this, they're saying things. There's some people saying, well, there's no magic bullet nutrient. You shouldn't just consume mushrooms and think you're safe. Well, I agree with that, but you don't want to poo-poo the importance of mushrooms either. But you can't go to McDonald's and add mushrooms and think you're going to be okay as well, right? So yes, mushrooms, I believe, and actually know scientifically, have compounds within them that help decrease cancer risk because they promote improvement in the Th1 immune phenotype. And the Th1 immune response is the anti-cancer and also the antiviral immune response. So mushroom consumption is going to promote anti-cancer surveillance and antiviral surveillance. So that would be a direct mechanism in cancer reduction. But an indirect mechanism would be, well, people who eat mushrooms are probably also eating higher amounts of other vegetables and fruits in a healthy diet compared to people who don't eat mushrooms. So the message could be, hey, mushroom consumption reduces risk of cancer, and so does a healthy lifestyle that includes mushrooms. So what we want to do is not be reductionistic and just say, ooh, mushrooms reduce cancer, let's eat mushrooms only, but do everything else the same. Let's zoom out and say, well, the mushroom consumption is likely happening in conjunction with increased fruits and vegetable consumption by those same mushroom consumers as compared to non-mushroom consumers. So either way, let's be excited about this, because I don't know of a drug that reduces cancer risk 45%, whether or not you're taken in conjunction with other things. So if we can consume mushrooms in the context of a healthy lifestyle, it's pretty intuitive that our cancer risk, our cardiovascular risk, our autoimmune risk, our anything we fear risk is going to go down.
Mushrooms? I mean, was it more nutritional mushrooms, not medicinal mushrooms?
Yeah, well, they said, it's in here somewhere. I had both.
Okay.
There's this gets a little more specific with that, I think. Yeah, here we go. Mushrooms are rich in vitamin, blah, blah. The team's findings show that these superfoods may also help guard against cancer. Even though shiitake, oyster, maitake, and king oyster have higher amounts of the amino acid ergothioneine than white button, cremini, and portobello, the researchers found that people who incorporated any variety into their daily diets had a lower risk of cancer.
Oh, wow.
So any variety of 18 grams or more daily had a 45% lower risk of cancer compared to those who do not eat mushrooms.
That's fantastic.
So yeah, okay. You don't even have to spend high dollar on them. Go buy, portobellos and creminis and eat 18 grams, which
that's so great.
Yeah, which is not a lot. 18 grams is not a lot to eat. So
No.
it's easy to do, in other words.